heavy ass, respectable, chauvinistic, pacifistic son of a bitch.
Fancy shoes. Germans. Hitlerjugend.
Well, good morning to you all. Such a lovely morning. One thing I forgot to mention for you last night is that the sleeping bags are designed to work best if you go in it without wearing any clothes, so I won't get out of here until you lot have turned your head away. It's something o'clock, and the night was spectacular. There's no other word for it. I didn't get much sleep. Couple of hours here and there. Couple of reasons for that. I mean, obviously the lorries in the road there made some noise, which sort of bugged me out a bit. And the other thing is there was a beaver on the other shore of that lake, doing this beaver stuff, chewing the tree, and it made just a spectacular sound. So I sort of lost in it and listened to it. I mean, to hear that something that large moving in the darkness near to you, chewing something, presumably a tree, and then every once in a while you hear a tree falling, in the lake, into the water. It's just spectacular sound. But anyway, I'm gonna preserve my battery on my camera today somewhat, so I'm just gonna film you the best bits. I do some voiceover thing in the evening when I get to the printing post. I got pretty decent inspiration for next musical project during the night, so I sort of got excited, and I have a pretty decent urge to flee this place and go to the studio and start recording, but perhaps I'll just reel back the urge and just spend at least one more night here, because I am here now, and it is wonderful. I'll see you when I got some morning stuff done.
There in the distance you can hear, was it the fourth reason why this place isn't one of my favorites, although it's very beautiful, but it is the military, of course. They exercise their fighter jets on top. It is very, very annoying sound. They are the sounds that you come here for, actually. Just nature, nothing else. I just love it. And I find the markings of a black woodpecker there. It was working its way into some ant larvae there on the spruce trunk. And you can see by the shape of this path that it is very commonly used. So there are quite a lot of hikers here. It's always lovely to come across this flock of birds. Those of course were the great tits. Perhaps some other tits there as well. But would you look at this place now? Oh, look at the colors on the forest floor there. Crap, I need a better camera. Now this here is a good place to take some weight off my back and take a sip of water. If I can remember which one was the full one. Now there is a water point nearby the place where I'm going to go to cook a brunch. So I can fill up the water bottles there. But all this grey and beautiful, beautiful autumn hike has turned me somewhat philosophical. I mean, it's the age-old question that troubled even the minds of the great thinkers of ancient China. I mean, if the balding, fat, middle-aged, hairy, lazy excuse of a man creates a YouTube channel and creates a sort of format and creates videos in there, nobody's watching them, do they actually make a sound? Would you just look at this place right now? This is very, very nearly the sort of forests which they would be if we just left them alone. Such a gorgeous place. Also, there are quite many those deer flies flying around, so I think there are some elks present very close by. I heard some pecking in the distance. There a while back I thought it was man-made, but there was a black woodpecker. Now it stays silent. Now there's another thing we don't have in modern forests in Finland anymore. Huge old tree trunks that are dead and standing up, and also those sort of treetop areas like those. They would be important to the ecosystems of the forest, but since we value money more than life, we don't have that anymore. I came here, took me some brunch, and some of you may rejoice here because, well, I am in the wilderness and I am alone and I am completely without electricity, and as I'm using my mobile phone to record these things, and I also use it as a phone and scrapbook and the fact checking device, anyway, so you might thought that actually I run out of electricity very soon, but lo, it is a portable solar panel. I just no, I just pop it in, put the cables on, pop it into my phone, and lo, endless amount of solar energy. But as you can see, this would actually require direct sunlight to be able to charge more efficiently, but now the sun is hiding there behind those grey things. And not only the grey things, but the green bits as well, they are on the way. But anyway, this means obviously that never stop the madness. Now look at this for an idea. I suspended it from my neck. It's like a breastplate of sustainable energy. Nice. Look at that mighty pine tree there. Huge. Such a lovely place. Those dead pines there are also remarkable. This is what it's all about, people. Oh, sickeningly beautiful. I had to take off my +2 breastplate of infinite power because, once I hit the denser bits of the forests with a spruce and such, it started to cut the amount of energy it sent to the cell phone, and it started to cut the charging and recharging thingy, and I think that is not very good for the battery, so I took it off completely. Let's see how well my battery holds. Look at there, there's a tree-toed woodpecker. This is actually one of the key species of these old kinds of forests. Beautiful bird. In front of me there is a Kulomäki area, and in it there is a most remarkable place of this national park. I mean, obviously there's nearby the Kovero ranch area, which is sort of old environment, cultural environment of Finland, but that's not what I mean. I mean, in that Multiharju area there is a nature path, and it is sort of forests which have never seen a blade of an axe or a saw, and it feels and it looks exactly like that. So I'm gonna head there. I'm gonna film you the best bits, obviously what I have left of my camera, the battery. Gonna head nearby camping area after this and build up my tent and stay there tonight if it's empty. If there is someone else, then I'm gonna just hike into the night and leave, because I have got the urge to hit the studio and start recording stuff. But anyway, this has been a glorious trip, and I urge you, if you have any sort of soul and if you have a desire to come to the woods and into the nature, this is perfect place to start. I mean, all the paths are very well marked, and there are map points constantly along the way. There's no chance of getting lost. I mean, obviously there is always a chance to get lost, but in here it's fairly limited chance. And it's very close to Tampere and very good connections, and then there is the nature house. What is it? Luontotalo? I forgot what it is in English, but forgive me. But there is that, where you can chat about the place and services in the area and condition of the trails and such. It is a bit crowded, but what you gonna do? Just had a chat with a fellow on the fireplace there where I was cooking a brunch, and we chatted about that it is good that people come here and experience this wilderness. and it's good. So we, the forest government that runs these parks gets a little bit money more to keep up the good work, because isn't it that? It's a cruise. Or was it cruise? I don't remember. It was a hazel cruise. But the offices get money to keep up these places and keep on protecting them, and perhaps even add more areas into protection. So it's worth a visit, this place. I mean, it is relatively large considering its location. It's so southern Finland, and national parks here and conservation areas and such tend to be rather very small, but this is actually quite sustainable, quite a large area, so you can spend a whole weekend here if you travel like me, which is sort of just crawling pace, because why would you want to run in these places? Few words: if you do come here, keep your voices down. Leave nothing behind but your gratitude and your well-being in your heart. So this is actually a restricted area, so make sure you stick into the trails, which you should be doing anyways. Should be clear without saying. Always travel these paths that are marked and are there for you, so we can let all the other places of this magnificent place be left just for the animals and plants to thrive. These are not rules that have been laid down for annoyance, they are for the good of the life itself. And obviously, when I said this hasn't been seeing a blade of a saw or an axe, but you know, they maintain these paths. They use a saw to cut fallen tree trunks. But anyways, I mean, what's wrong with doing this? It's astonishing place. Just another slip there for my feet just a moment ago, even though if these 3 steps here look that they are not that moist, they are still pretty slippery, so be careful when you come here. It is still esker formation made of fine sand, and there are some elevation differences here obviously, and as you can see, this has been a rather nice place for a fox or a badger to dig its nest in it. The roots of those huge pines. This rather gorgeous view all over. I remember the first time I came to this magnificent place, it was 2003 or 4, something like that, and there was a photo of me giving a lecture under a huge dead pine tree trunk, about birds who nest in the holes of dead trees. I was studying to be a nature guide at the time. I mean, there's the nature path. This is 2-kilometer hiking route, nature path, and there's the parking lot. Just hike there into there and start experiencing this remarkable place. Although, if you don't wanna waste energy on coming here, you can just watch this video I made you. I mean, it's a shame it's not a full body experience, because the sensation of this, I mean, they are just ages. You can feel. And here. Doesn't get much better than this. Every single visit on this place lasts for a lifetime. Just goosebumps all over the place. Ah. Sights and this sensation and these odors just stick with you. Till you are coming as much soil as those tree trunks there. Sorry. That was a bear. I mean, this is obviously still a wilderness, so there is quite a lot of those majestic creatures all around. And bears have been known to fart a lot when they prepare into their winter hibernation. Now, there are quite many of those deer flies all around me, so I think there is a moose nearby, somewhere in there. And that is remarkable things, those elks and mooses, because they might be very, very close, but you just won't be able to recognize them because they are camouflaged. Their legs are grey, shifting into the darker grey, so it blends in rather brilliantly into the surroundings. Anyways, I have about 2 kilometers or so go to the camping site. Let's see if it's empty or not, whether I have to hike still further into the night and onwards to the car. Look at it. Oh, so pretty. Anyways, what's I'm going to say? I don't think it was anything important. This is just a remarkable place. Look at that pine. Just look at it. Brilliant place. This is no longer the nature path area, although this is as good as it gets. Causeways. Very slippery. Ooh. Watch your step, man. Look at this. Some moisture ground. Ooh, start to multiply it. Very good indicator for the korpi. What was it in English? I forgot. I need to check it out for you. It turns out there is no accurate transcription for meaning of korpi, but the korpi is a type of actually it's sort of like forest, but it is actually a type of swamp. So there is a peat soil and mostly spruce trees, a very dark and murky place, lots of humidity on the soil and some leaf trees as well, and perhaps even some running or standing waters here and there. But there you go, that's korpi. Dictionary showed that korpi would mean a remote forest area, and it is sort of accurate in the way that we use the word korpi to be sort of like very distant pieces of woods. So the campsite that I'm heading for tonight to see if it's empty, it's called Jokiristi, and in English directly translated it's river cross. I mean, how cool is that? It's like I'm in the Middle Earth. Ah, great. I'm sorry, I raised my voice a bit. I'm just so excited. Hopefully there's some hobbits there. Brilliant autumn colors there by that river. River cross is actually cross river. Cross roads. This river and the other river cross their paths in there, and there is hence the name River Cross, I think. Look at this. Ah, magnificent. This bouldery path, however, is playing havoc for my ankles and knees, but I shall persevere. Absolutely gorgeous. Very dense. Beautiful. Hey, I did find it. Nice looking place. There's bathrooms and woods. There are camping places there all around me. But first things first, I put this in loading into the last rays of setting sun, and now I'm gonna build a fire, then I'm gonna cook me some food, and then perhaps later put up a tent. Kettle is boiling there nicely, the sun is setting, there's still no one around. The sky is absolutely clear, not a cloud in it there, so I thought, since I'm not a huge fan of tenting, because it's sort of like indoors but only more cramped, so I thought I'd try to sleep on there, on these benches right by the fire, and gaze upon the stars. Let's see, if I get to sleep there, then I sleep there. If I don't, then I just leave. It is truly a shame that the camera cannot capture the night sky right now, because stars are beginning to lit and the trees form a silhouette, but it can capture the fire. This is my view. It's not half bad that either. That's too bright. I got the light on, but anyway, I thought that I'm gonna keep a small fire burning all through the night, so I will keep nice and warm here, my sleeping bag. I just had my evening coffee, and I think I'm ready for a little nap. Doesn't matter if I sleep much or less, because it's just the experience. such a good experience. Good night.